yesterday's session and day before yesterday's sessions?
So Vamshi Garu, Subbu here, we are not able to get the access to that site. It's still down.
Sir, that you have to check with tech leads. I already forwarded to the tech leads. They will
Oh,
forward you.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I emailed Sweta sometime back today saying that the site is still down, and she replied that saying that she was going to look into that, and I did not get any update on that. But it's the second day that the site is still down.
So I think you have to check with tech leads, sir. Sorry, Subbu Garu and Srini Garu. I'll follow up with them.
Okay.
Let me check with them and let you know.
All
sure.
right. Thank you.
Right. So Kamala Garu, are you there? Are you able to not? Kamala Garu, yourself on mute.
Yeah, Vamshi, sorry. Yeah, I was on mute.
But your voice is breaking. Maybe some issue with the network.
Okay, so do you want me to join back?
Yes, please drop it. And if you
Yeah,
have any
I would.
other application, if you have any other applications are running, close them and just join with the Zoom.
No, there's nothing. Yeah, I can just join back. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Please. So Kamala Garu, are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Right. Let us proceed now. Let us proceed. So yesterday we had completed with the key differences on R12 versus Fusion. So now let us proceed with the key product features of the Fusion Cloud. So see friends, whenever you go for a demo, you have to say to the customer that these are the key product features, right? So what all the key product features are there for Fusion? So here in this key product features, we are not doing the comparison. Don't do the comparison with the EBS. It's just the key product features. So Satish Garu, you also can concentrate on the key product features. It is not at all related to EBS R12. Okay, there is no difference between them. So
Okay.
here we are not giving the differences. Here we are giving the key product features of the Fusion Cloud. So the journals. So if you come to the GL, we need to enter the journals. Am I correct? Where you need to create the journals. So if you are not able to create through transaction, you need to create it manual journals. So these manual journals you can upload in Fusion Cloud, or you can create in Fusion Cloud through extensive spreadsheets for entering the journals. We have a functionality to enter the journals through spreadsheet. In the same way, we can enter the journal, we can correct the journals which are getting imported from a other modules. Say, for example, from payables or receivables, we are getting journals. and there are some errors or some journal import error we occurred. And if you want to correct that, if you want to correct that, there is a spreadsheet utility is available. You can download all the error out journals onto the spreadsheet, correct them, and re-upload into the Fusion Cloud. So this is how the extensive spreadsheets has been used in Fusion Cloud. So extensive spreadsheets are available in Fusion Cloud, not only for entering the journals, and even it is available for correcting the journals also. So there is another feature in Fusion Cloud called multi-currency journals. So what is this multi-currency journals? So the journals, let's say, I want to enter a debit in one currency and credit in another currency. So why this feature is required? In what case this is required? Say for example, I'm paying or I'm paying to the supplier in USD, whereas my expenses or my functional currency is INR. Is that clear? So if I say my functional currency is INR, means I have to book my expenditure in INR, whereas I have to pay to the supplier in USD. In such a case, what could be the accounting entry? Satish Garu. So expenses INR, INR debit to cash USD credit. Am I correct?
Yes.
So this kind of, yeah.
No, see, and then currency exchange value will automatically will update, or we need to enter the.
Right, the exchange rate will automatically update if you want, and if you want to override or if you want to manually input, you can input at the time of creation of journal also.
Okay, fine, thank you.
Both ways are there. So if you want to populate it automatically, yes, we can do. If you want to allow the user to enter manually, yes, we will allow that as well. Okay, so this kind of journals we can create in Fusion Cloud. That is called multi-currency journals. And journal copy. So you already created a particular journal and you want to copy the same journal to create another journal. So journal copy feature is there. And robust wizard, robust and wizard like allocations with calculation manager. So if you want to do or if you want to create an allocation journal, so you going to create the formula in the calculation manager, which is a very advanced technology to create the allocation formula in Fusion Cloud. So what is this? What do you mean by allocation? So Satish Garu, you may get this question. So allocation is nothing but let's say I'm spending or I'm paying rent to my office. Okay, now so this rent I had paid from the head office account. Later I have to distribute to all the departments that are there in my in that office, right? Otherwise you will not know what is the department wise cost that we are incurring. Am I correct or not?
Yes.
So
right.
that is called allocations in Fusion Cloud. So that allocations we can do through calculation manager, which is a very advanced features are available in calculation manager to define those allocation formulas. Is that clear?
Like in this also, we need to mention the sharing of the other company's value, that like percentage.
All those things we have to specify. Either you can specify the percentage, or you can say based on the square foot or square feet that a department is occupied, or based on the number of seats of the department. So on some basis you can distribute.
Okay, Amsh.
So that we will see, okay. And the same way, recurring journals are allocations across the period. So these recurring journals or allocations we can run for multiple periods. So it is not like for one period you have run and that allocation will close. It's not like that. You can use or you can reuse the same allocation or recurring journal formula for multiple periods or across the periods in the application. Is that clear? The formula can be reused in Fusion Cloud. Next, generate greater collaboration with Oracle Social Networking. What is this greater collaboration with Oracle Social Networking? So what do you mean by social networking? First of all, tell me, what do you mean by social networking? Sir, no one knows about the social network?
Yeah, it's
Facebook?
like networking. Yeah, Facebook, WhatsApp, LinkedIn.
What is the Facebook? How it will be used?
So it's a content basically. It's a content and then attached to authors, then share, then groups.
So I would like to say the social network will reduce the distance between the people and will make them related and will make them communicated and will make them share the information across the world. Am I correct or not?
Yep.
Yeah.
So the same way, let's say we are in office, okay. We are in a corporate company. My manager is sitting in United States of India or United States and I am in India. Now I want to create a particular journal. I need some inputs from from him or from my team across the world. I need some inputs. Are you able to understand? So when I'm creating the journal itself, I can initiate a group discussion, or I can get a confirmation from my manager, or I can initiate a group discussion, take all the inputs, and then create the journal. So from the journal creation screen itself, like that, from every screen in Fusion Cloud, we can initiate a Oracle Social Networking, which is called, this is possible through Oracle Social Networking. We call it as a OSN, Oracle Social Networking. Okay, so we can initiate this Oracle Social Networking and we can initiate any kind of discussion, or if you want to publish some information, you can publish, or if you want some inputs from your manager, you can take, or you want to do a one-on-one chat, you can do. So all this history will be saved. All this information or history will be saved in the journal. Whenever you want to open the journal, you can go and review. So you can go and review this discussions or the one-on-one discussion or inputs, everything you can verify for future references also. Are you able to?
So Vamshi,
Go ahead.
this is Srini. Quick question. So in order to participate in this one should be defined as a user, right, in the Oracle system?
Yes, as a user as well as an employee.
Okay, if my manager is not defined as user, so I cannot.
Obviously,
I cannot communicate.
they will not allow you to. He cannot join through Oracle,
Yeah.
right? This is
Okay.
this will happen through Oracle only.
Oracle only. Okay.
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 So this is how the OSN will work.
So Vamshikar, how about the attachments for these journals, can this share some?
Yeah,
of the,
attachments also can be created attached to the journals. And sharing means, what do you mean by sharing?
yeah, files, for example, reference files, documents.
That you can do through OSN.
Okay, okay. And I have one more question about the allocations. Will it be a part of the accounts payables where you have a planned expenses and journals already created for that, or it's a part of journal?
See, this particular allocations I am talking about is part of GL.
Okay. Okay, but it's mostly towards expenses or towards
Whatever you say. So
okay.
generally we'll use it for expenses.
Yeah, yeah, okay. So that's what I was thinking. Accounts payable, will it be a planned expenses or something? Then the
So
general
generally we'll use it for expenses, but you can use these allocations for any
got yeah,
anything, any account
yeah,
distribution.
yeah, yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
shall
Yeah,
we proceed?
Vamsi, good morning. This is one more question. That's
Go ahead, sir.
Vamsi, good morning. One, hi.
Go ahead,
Hello?
Ajay Garu. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Ajay Garu.
So, this multi-currency and journal, all these functions are available in the spreadsheet itself or in the journal form itself?
In the journal form also.
In the journal form. Also in the spreadsheets as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Vamshikar, I have one more question here with the multi-currency. You said we can create debit in one currency and create in another currency. Then just could you throw some quick light on how those are balanced?
Sir, that we will see in the application when we are creating that. So we are not closing this here itself. We'll definitely get into the application and we'll see how the multi-currency journals will be created and how it will be balanced. Okay. So there is some setup around that. We will see that.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Right. So let us proceed further. Now, sir, any other questions from anyone? Okay. So Martigar, can you please enable mute? Yeah. The next one, multi-currency and multi-gap. So let's see, what is this multi-currency and multi-gap? So Satish Garu, for you, let's say we are capturing the journals or our books we are maintaining in USD. Okay, assume we are maintaining our books in USD, books of accounts in US dollars. Now I want to see the same balance sheet or income statement or whatever the financial statements that you're running. I want to see even in INR also. To make that possible, we have to use the multi-currency functionalities. Is that clear?
Okay, okay, clear.
So not
Yeah.
only that, so we are maintaining books of accounts in USD, whereas a particular transaction we want to do in GBP.
Yeah.
So that also can be done through multi-currency functionality.
Okay, got it.
Okay, and we have done a lot of transactions during the year. Now the revaluation. So at the end of the day or at the end of the year or at the end of the reporting period, we want to reevaluate them and want to give a proper valuation to all the foreign currency transactions, because there can be a high fluctuations can be, and because of high fluctuations there can be a gains or losses may happen, but we want to remove all those things and we want to normalize all financial foreign currency transactions. In such a case, we'll use the revaluation, which is through multi-currency functionality only. Is that clear?
Yeah, clear.
So this is all through multi-currency transactions is possible in Fusion Cloud. And what is this multi-gap? Let's say we are following Indian accounting standards in India company, whereas along with the Indian accounting standards, we want to follow US GAAPs or international accounting standards also. So in such a case, a particular transaction has to follow Indian accounting standards. Accordingly, it should generate in the accounting entry, and the same transaction should follow international accounting standards or US GAAPs, and it should generate accounting entry as per their GAAPs or as per their international accounting standards. So it will generate two accounting entries as per the two accounting methods that we are using. That is called multi-gap accounting. Is that clear, Satish Garu?
Yeah, clear. Abhishek.
So even that is also possible in Fusion Cloud. Right. So spreadsheet based currency rate upload. So whatever the conversion rates, sir, any questions
Hello.
from anyone?
Hello. Hi, sir.
Who is this?
This is Priya from TechLeads IT, sir.
Yes, tell me, Kriya.
Priya, sir.
Tell me, Priya Garu.
Sir, instance is up and the access will give you at 12 o'clock today, sir.
So is that clear, Subbu Garu and Srini Garu? So they will get you the access immediately by 12 o'clock today. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Perfect. Right. So the spreadsheet based currency rates upload. And so what is this spreadsheet based currency rate upload? So Satish Garu, you have asked, sir, whether the conversion rates will be populated automatically or it should be a manual entry. So if you want to populate it automatically, you have to create a record. So where, what is the conversion rate from USD to other currencies? So that that conversion rates or currency rates we can upload through spreadsheet in Fusion Cloud. And support for multi-accounting representation, that is IFRS and local rules, is possible in Fusion Cloud. So any questions on this? So the next one from the productivity key product features, the productivity. So based on the role that employee is performing from the GL side, system will automatically give dashboards to him. Let's say if I am the general accounting manager or so I'm the general ledger manager. So I will be given with a particular dashboard. In the dashboard, there are a lot of information I can see, and I can follow up with the other team members. Instead of doing searching, let's say there is a particular journal has got error out. When we are posting those, so few journals are error out. So those journals, whatever the error out journals, will be shown in the dashboard immediately once they got error out. So the person who is authorized to review the dashboard, or who is a accounting manager, he can review that these are the journals that are error out, and he can follow up with his team members immediately. So he need not to wait, or he need not to search for the journals which are error out, or he need not to search journals which are incomplete, or he need not to search the journals which are pending for approval. All of them will be shown in a single dashboard. That is called role-based dashboards and work areas that proactively monitor the transactions and push the work to the users. It will proactively monitor the transactions, and accordingly it will push the work to the respective users who has to do what. Let's say I have created a journal and I have submitted for approval. Now my manager has to approve. So it will automatically send that journal to his dashboard, and will make a note in his dashboard that this particular journal is waiting for his approval. He can open that note and he can review that journal and he can approve. That kind of proactively monitoring the transactions and push the work to the respective users, and allows the collaboration with the participants. We can collaborate and monitor the account balances. What is this account balances? So Satish, there is a particular few accounts that I need to monitor on continuous basis. Normally in any ERP, what you are going to do, you have to go to the account inquiry balances, and you have to give the total code combination and do the search for the balances that is there. Am I correct?
Yes.
But in Fusion, there is a monitor accounting balances functionality where you can create a group. You can create a group, and in that group you can specify what are all the accounts that you want to monitor, so that whenever you open the application, you can see the balances that are there in that group immediately when you open the application. And it will monitor means it will show you what is the differences from the previous period to current period, and what is the differences from the budgeted to actual. That part also you can see. So multiple monitoring you can do, multiple model of monitoring you can do using the monitor account balances. With this, you need not to do the account inquiry, and you need not to do the search for the regular accounts.
Okay.
And
One question,
monitor.
Vamsi.
Go ahead, Kamlagar.
Yeah, when you say the dashboard, they're out of box functionality, but we need to configure what accounts to show up the balances with. Is that
Yes.
what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
As an end user, he has to configure. We need not to. So as an end user, he know which accounts he wants to monitor balances. See, there are three general accounting managers are there. Three people are there. So one person has to review rent account, and one person has to review employee expenses account, and another person has to review some X account. So they can personalize their dashboards according to their requirements.
Okay. Yeah, and one thing about the notifications, you said, right, when the journal has been
It is not
posted
only
for approval.
notifications. It is not only the notification. Notification will come. That is a separate. So if notification were notification was skipped, then how you're going to find the journal that is waiting for your approval? I
Okay,
had
so
skipped my notification. Then
okay, so the workflows,
workflow
they are
notification.
nothing but the.
Oh, no. It is not the workflow notification, Andy. So the notification that we are talking is a workflow notification, and that workflow notification I had skipped. So now what the system will do is immediately if you send it for submit, if you submit it for approval, it will automatically accumulate all the journals that are waiting for your manager approval. It will show in his dashboard when he open the application. It will automatically show in a particular place that all these are the journals that are waiting for your approval, and your action is required in all these journals. So like that, it will give you a list in a particular place of the application. Is that clear?
Yeah. Okay.
So it is not
No,
notification, and it is more than the notification.
yeah, we do have the functionality in RTOL, but you're saying that it is in a dashboard format and you can
So
configure it easily. That's what you're saying.
right. So it is, you need not to configure that, it will automatically populate. So where is there in where it is in EBS R12?
See, the approval workflow when you
Approval
uh,
workflow has triggered for 100 journals. So I have created manually 100 journals, and approval workflow has triggered 100 notifications, and among them I have skipped 5 notifications. Now those journals are not getting posted, so I have to verify. So how can I verify? Or what are all the journals that are waiting for my approval? How can I see?
no, they see when you say that skip, you meant that approver has skip to approve, or
No,
I missed.
I forgot to approve the notification. I didn't see the
Yeah,
notification.
so but they still reside on that mm, screen, right? For him,
I
that's
have
what we
marked it.
currently follow.
I have marked it as a red. So
Okay.
then it will not be shown in the actionable items, right? It will be shown in the red items. So I have to go to the notifications, and specifically I have to search what are all the notifications, and I need to check which approval notification I did not approve. So it's a
Yeah, but
lengthy process.
apart from the notifications, we still can pull them under a different tab, just work list tab, right? So that's when you go there, and then you will still be able to search for your group or your approval pending journals, right?
So even in the work list also, all the notifications, let's say 100 notifications are there. So let's say I have 1,000 notifications, and I need to search from the 1,000 notifications, which are the 5 notifications I did not approve. So it is a very big lengthy process. Am I correct or not?
Yeah, I do agree.
It's
So
it's
to
it's
ease that process, dashboard is used. Okay.
So to make it easy and to make the life of the people easy, so what Oracle has done is they have developed a dashboard, and in the dashboard they have pushed all the journals which are actionable items for him. They have pushed all of them. So not only that, approval notification. Let's say there are some journals are posted error. So how you will verify those journals now?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
There
Yeah,
won't be any
agree.
notifications, right?
Yeah, unless you run some reports and then
Unless you
you
run
will
some
get
reports,
there,
or
you
unless you have went to the posting reports, then only you will come to know. But
yeah, okay.
so
I think
in
we
Fusion,
can discuss when we get to the transactions level. Thank you. Yeah,
right,
you
right,
can go ahead. Yeah.
right. So this way, to increase the productivity of the end users, so Oracle has given this role-based dashboards in Fusion Cloud. So any questions on these key product features, three key product features on the Fusion Cloud around this? Okay,
So
now let us.
both preparer and approval should have a role.
Yes,
Uh,
both of them should have
in
a
the
role.
application.
So because the preparer should be able to prepare the journal. So that means he should be able to access the journal creation function, and the approver has to approve. He should be able to have access to the manage journal function. So both the people should have respective functions and respective roles.
Okay.
Okay, so that we will see when we are getting into the application. Don't worry. Right.
Okay.
Next, the key product features on the period close. So, so the period close functionality. So, Satish Garu, this period close functionality is to control the transactions, which should not be passed in the closed period or in the reconciled period. Let's say I have reconciled my December, up to December I have reconciled and I have completed and I have published my Q3 statements to the concerned people. Now, any user should not go to the Q3 periods and should not enter any journal unless it is been approved. So to restrict that, we have a functionality called period close. So by closing this period, by closing the respective periods, we can control the people should not allow any entry of transactions. Is that clear?
Yeah, Vamshi, it's clear.
Right. So now, what is the best features around this? So let's say wherever possibility to create the transaction, we should close all the places from entering the transactions. So let's say example, we have a place GL is a place where you can create a journal. So we should control that. We have a place where we can create a AP invoice. We should control that. The same way AR and the same way cash management, fixed assets, like this. There are multiple applications where we can enter a transaction. From there, system we can generate accounting entry. We should control all this. So in Fusion, there is a single screen where you can centrally monitor what all the periods are closed or not, which module period, whether the respective module period closed is not or not. So we can monitor that. So you can see centralized close monitor to monitor the close status of subledgers and ledgers. So let's say I have payables, receivables, cash management. So payables, receivables, fixed assets, and costing in and inventory projects. So like this, I have multiple subledgers as well as GL. So I need to monitor the period status for the December, whether it is being closed across the modules or not. In EBS, we have to go to the respective modules and our respective responsibilities and do the search. But even in Fusion, there is a centralized place where you can monitor all the period status across the applications. Not only that, let's say I have a primary ledger. So US is the primary ledger, and India is a, so there are multiple ledgers. I have multiple ledgers, even multiple ledgers period close status also we can monitor from a single place. So that is a functionality that is available. So you can see here. So this is a group. This is a group. Under this group, we have UK secondary ledger, France secondary ledger, and US ledger set. So you can see the total for all the three ledgers. You can see the status, whether the GL is closed, payables is closed, receivables is closed, assets, costing, projects, whether all the applications are closed across the multiple ledgers. Not only the across the modules, across the ledgers also we can see from a single place called close monitor. Is that clear or not? And there are a lot of reconciliation reports are available to do the reconciliation between AP to GL and AR to GL with a more understandable format and with a more easy to the users to do the reconciliation. Those reconciliation reports are available in Fusion Cloud. And that is a very advanced reconciliation reports compared to your EBS reconciliation reports. And drill down capability from the target ledger balances to the source ledger balances if the balances were transferred. So Satish Garu, this feature I will explain you later. And integration with Hyperion planning and budgeting cloud services. So if you want to integrate with a Hyperion cloud services, if you want to integrate, you can integrate with the Fusion GL. So these are the key product features are available in Fusion Cloud from the GL perspective. Any questions?
Vamshi garu, are we going to cover that like period close process? We are going to
Yes,
do
yes,
that,
yes.
right?
Everything we will see,
Okay.
and the end to end we will see. Okay.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Right. Any other questions from anyone? Perfect. Let's see. Now let's proceed with the setups. Oh, one second, and there are some screens are missing. So few screens are missing, and 1 second. So I'm just stopping the recording. Okay, so these are the setups that we have to do in Fusion Cloud. So we have saw the key product features. So with that we are done. Now from the after key product features, we'll start with the setups from the GL. So in GL, we have to do following setups. Please write down. So the legal entities, in the legal entities part, we have to create the legal address, legal entity and legal reporting unit. We have to create that, which are required setups. And from the chart of accounts, we have to create a value set, chart of account structure, structure instance and value set values, which is the required setup. And chart of accounts optional setups is account hierarchies, security rules, CVD rules, chart of account mapping. So please write down. These are all the individual setups that we have to do from the GL perspective. We'll do this manually. Satish Gar, is that clear for you or not?
Checking.
So all these setups we have to do, we have done through rapid implementation, as well as we are going to do through manual model also now.
Okay. Okay, Amsh.
Okay, so not only these setups, and there are a few more, calendar and currencies. So please write down. And ledgers. So from the ledger perspective, what are all the required setups and what are all the optional setups? So please write down. All these setups we are going to do manually now. And this part will take a minimum of 5 classes, 5 to 10 classes it will take doing all these setups. And from there, we will change our gear and we'll go bit speed. Okay, so this is a ledger required setups and ledger optional setups. These are the optional setups from the ledger. So these are all the GL setups that we have to do. So if you want to enable the general ledger and do the GL accounting entries, you have to complete all these setups. Some of them are mandatory and some of them are optional. Any questions on this?
Vamshi garu, one question here is, um,
Go ahead.
see, you will be doing an hands-on in the class, you said, right, about the
Right,
general ledger
right. We
required
are going
set.
to do now.
So, correct. So, while we are practicing it, um, so we define our own org structure and then we still
You
can
can do. Yeah,
continue to do that.
yeah. Or if you want to use the existing structure and if you want to review, I can give you the some user IDs and some setup information. You can go and review them.
Okay.
Either way, I don't have an issue. So I would recommend to create a new org structure
Okay.
all the way
Okay.
and do this hands-on. Okay. So that is my recommendation, but it is from there, it is your decision. So now let us start with the first setups. So the first setup is legal entities. So when you say the legal entities, so we need to start with the legal address creation and then legal entity creation and legal reporting units creation. So please enable mute, sir. I'm getting echo. Satish garu. Right. So what is this legal address? Legal address is nothing but a registered address for your company. So we have TRT Global Limited is our group company and it is been registered in United States. So we need to create a legal address first. So where we are going to create this legal address? Right on the navigation. So go to your implementation project. So navigator, setup and maintenance. Setup and maintenance. So click on the right task pan and create a new let us go to the implementation project that we have created. It is TRT FINA implementation, and here write down the navigation, expand the financials. Under that, define common application configuration for financials. Under that, enterprise structure for financials. Under that, so under that, enterprise for financials. Under no, not this. Once again. So this is a legal address navigation. Please write down. So this is a navigation for legal address. So please write down and then we'll proceed further. Any questions from anyone? Right. Now let's click on the go to task button, which will take you to the page where you can create a legal address. So it is Shweta, one second. Right. So here you can see the legal address. Okay. So this is a place where you can create a legal address. So friends, sir, whether we had created our we have loaded through rapid implementation, whether those also has got created as a legal addresses or not. So let's see. Let me open the our file and verify whether the addresses that we had created through rapid implementation, it has created them as a legal addresses or not. Let's see. So this is the address that should create. These are the three addresses that should create. Let's verify whether it has created or not. Search for India and click on search. So you can see the cyber gateway. It has created two addresses. So this is a cyber gateway south. So cyber gateway south, Hyderabad, and you can see the legal address that has got created by the system 5000080. So like this, you can create a new address for your requirement for your global company. So United States, the address is 2508 Park Lane. So city Los Angeles. State. So the postal code is, this is the postal code. Click on OK. Now this location will be created. So you can see this is the location that has got created by the system. So 2508 Park Lane, Los Angeles, CA, and 90080 is our legal address. So using this legal address, we have to create our legal entity. Any questions on this? This is how you can create a legal address. Satish Gar, is that clear for you or not?
Yeah, actually, through rapid implementation, we created legal entities, right?
Right, but if you remember, as per our structure, we need to have a 4 legal entities.
For
Let
legal
me show you.
entities. Yeah.
You remember that?
Yes, yes, I remember that.
So we have created 3 legal entities
Three
through rapid
only.
implementation,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
1 legal entity we need to create manually.
Okay, this is I think purchase central or something, which.
Right,
Okay.
for purchasing the central. Okay,
Yes, yes.
so
Okay.
let's see how to define that legal entity. Now let's expand that, and so the next setup is legal entity part. Even that screens also are missing. 1 second. So the next setup is legal entity creation. So what is this legal entities? What do you mean by legal entities? Satish Gar, I think you might have understand what is meant by legal entity. A legal entity is a registered company with a particular legal authority. Is that
Yes,
clear?
yes, legal. Yes.
Right. Now, a legal entity is a recognized party with the rights and responsibilities given by legislation. So a legal entity has a responsibility for the elements of your enterprise for following reasons. So for facilitating the local compliance, so for taking the advantage of lower corporation taxation in some jurisdiction, and preparing for acquisitions and disposal of part of the acquisitions. So for these 3 reasons, a legal entity is going to have rights and responsibilities, and these rights and responsibilities will be given by a legal authority or legislation. So those parties should be created as a legal entities in our Fusion Cloud. So now the legal entity can own the assets. Okay, so the legal entity has a right to buy the assets and can build the assets. And a legal entity can have a right to sell its products. And a legal entity can have a right to make the purchases, can incur the expenses, can pay the taxes, and perform other business transactions. So those features which are there, so all these features are, if all these features are there with a particular party, that party will be treated as a legal entity, and we need to create it as a legal entity in Fusion Cloud. Any questions, Satish Gar, for you?
No,
Right.
Nishi.
Let's see how
Can I
to
quickly,
create it.
Vamshi, one
Yeah.
question. Can you just go back to the previous slide once?
Mhm.
I think prior to this, is this the legal entities?
Right, this is a
the
legal
first
entity
slide?
first slide.
Oh, okay. Never mind. No,
Okay, shall we proceed?
I think yeah. Never mind. Yep.
You're good, right? Or not? If you want me to explain, I'll do. Not an issue for me.
No. I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry. You can proceed.
Right. So now, what is how we going to create this legal entities? Right on the navigation. Manage legal entities. Please write down. Okay, shall we proceed? Right. Now, let's click on the go to task. So when you click on the go to task, it will ask you whether you want to create a new legal entity or do you want to search the existing one. So, or do you want to edit the existing one? We want to create a new legal entity. Click on the create new and click on the apply and go to task. So this is a place where you can create a new legal entity. So click on the add, or if you want to search your existing legal entities, you can do the search. So this is an existing 3 legal entities we had, and click on the new. So where you can create a new legal entity. So this is we are creating the legal entity in United States, and what is the company name? So this is a company name, GRT Global Corporation, and the legal entity identifier is a unique identification number for your global corporation. This is my unique identification number, and it is starting from 1st January 2017. So I have established this company on 1st January 2017. So up to here, it is similar to your EBS also. And you have to select the legal address, whatever the legal address here that you have created, you have to select that. So what is the legal address that you have created? So this is the one that we have created legal address. Up to here, it is, and you have to provide the registration numbers. What is your registration number that you got for this United States as per the United States Income Tax Authority? So the registration numbers we have to provide. So assume this is our registration numbers that we got. Up to here, it is similar to your EBS. But what is the difference here that you are able to observe? So this part only. So this part is a new functionality in Fusion Cloud. So payroll statutory unit, legal employer are the new functionalities in Fusion Cloud. So what is this functionalities? Let's say in EBS, friends, in EBS, at what level we used to take the employment? Employees will be created at what level in EBS?
Business group. Business group.
Others, can you please confirm? It is at business group level or any other level? Okay. Yes, it is at business group level, Andy. It is at business group level. Now that has been moved to legal entity. Now, whatever the employee you're going to do, so all the employees you're going to employ them at a particular legal entity level. So when you're creating the employee record, you're going to specify which legal entity that a particular employee is belongs to. You have to specify, and that employee belongs to that company, and that company is responsible for running the payroll and for doing the for complying the employment laws, anything. So if you want make this company as a legal employer, then you have to enable this checkbox. So you have to enable this checkbox. Whether the same company should be a payroll statutory unit also. That means whether this company should run the payroll also for the employees that it has taken, then you have to enable the payroll statutory unit checkbox. Otherwise, you have to choose which payroll statutory unit, that means which legal entity that you want to make as a payroll statutory unit for this legal entity. You have to choose all the legal entities, so it will display all the legal entities that are you created, for whom or for which legal entity you enable this payroll statutory unit checkbox. So you can see, you can choose any one of these three companies which has to run the payroll part for this GRT Global Corporation company. Or you can make this as a payroll statutory unit. So that means this itself can run the payroll from the HCM or from the payroll part of the HCM. Any questions on this?
Can you just give any specific example and then explain that? So when you are saying that when we are creating a global GRT Global Corporation, the associates under this this particular company,
Okay,
which is a legal
so let
entity.
me tell you. One second. Let me put it in the paper. So GRT Global is our group company. Under this, we have GRT Consulting, US Consulting, and GRT US Technologies, and GRT IN Consulting. So these are the four companies that we had. Agreed on this?
Yeah.
Now, so what's your decision? Do you want to take all the employees under GRT Global, and or do you want to take the employment under each company? How you want to define, or how you want to create employment, or how you want to create your employees across your organizations? So if you create them at a at a global corporation, so those employees can be shared across the companies, or if you create them at a respective companies, if you want to transfer from one company to another company, you have to indent that person in the respective company and create a new record in another company. Let's say an example. So I'm a employee for Wipro Technologies. Assume Wipro Technologies India. Okay, now I got L1 visa, and I am transferring to Wipro Technologies US. How the employee movement is going to be for me in this case? Kamala garu.
Yeah, so you are saying that we are creating employees, so that's when transfer can happen. That's
so intercompany
no,
transfer.
I'm still
okay. So don't
And-
forget about whatever we discussed. So I'm just giving an example. I'm an employee of the Wipro Technologies India Limited,
Okay.
and I got a L1 visa. Now I need to shift to Wipro Technologies US. How
Yeah.
my
So
HR has to do
yeah.
with
So
me
usually,
with my record?
yeah, the employer record. What I know of HCM is you will be rehired, right? Your termination
Right.
will
So
happen
my
in Indian company, and US
a new record is going to happen at a US company, right?
rehire. Yeah.
So now that means both the companies are doing the employment on individual basis. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's correct, Vamshi.
Correct.
Kamala, so that means so if you want to do the same way with this GRT consulting also, you need
Yeah,
to
that's correct.
enable
Yeah.
legal employer checkbox. Is that clear? So Kamalagar, I don't know, your voice is
Yeah,
breaking a lot. We are not getting a prompt reply from your voice from you. Might be some internet issue. I'm not saying that you are not speaking. Might be some internet issue. So friends, is that
how about now?
it is better? It is better, but in the flow it is breaking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I think can you just go to the instance once. The Okay, so here GRT Global Corporation, when you are saying, so this is one legal entity we are creating it. So in your previous sheet example, what you are saying is, yeah.
And all these four companies has its own employment, has its own employment policies, and has its own employment regulations they have to follow. Because see, in India, if you want to take an employment, you should go and register with the PF authorities, and you should go and register with, you should follow the employment policies or employment regulations that are there given by laws. So for every company has to register itself as a PF, or let's say in India itself, I have four companies. In India itself, I have four companies, assume now. So we are discussing about inside the country. In India itself, I have Wipro Technologies and Wipro Infotech. Now I have two companies, Wipro Technologies and Wipro Infotech. Are you able to understand, Kamala Garu?
Yeah. I'm just unmute. Yeah, I'm able.
Now I am the employee of the
Yeah.
Wipro. I am the employee of the Wipro Technologies. I should be transferred to Wipro Infotech because there is a particular project I need to take up. So in this case also, will Wipro Technologies will terminate me in the Wipro Technologies and create a new record Wipro Infotech?
No, because you are in the same under same legal entity. It is a transferable job.
No. See, it's not like a same legal entity. Wipro in Technologies is a separate legal entity, and Wipro Infotech is a separate legal entity. And I'm employee of the Wipro Technologies. So if Wipro wants me transfer from Technologies to Infotech, they need not to terminate me in India, Andy. Okay, because employment will be done at group level in India. At Wipro Limited level, they have taken me, and from Wipro in Wipro Limited, so they can transfer me from one company to another company, from one location to another location without termination. That means here Wipro Technologies and Wipro Infotech are not legal employers. Wipro Limited is a business group, is a legal employer, and taking the employment and the resources that are there in the Wipro Limited may work on the technologies or may work on the Infotech.
Yeah,
is that
it.
clear?
Yeah.
So
clear.
in that way, so which company is your legal employer? So at at which company level we want to take the legal employment. You need to decide at the legal entity level by enabling this legal employer checkbox. Is that clear now?
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Right.
good.
Right. Now the second part of the payroll statutory unit. So the second part, so will Wipro will run the payroll at group level or Wipro Technologies payroll and Wipro Infotech payroll? So if you look at from the application perspective, they have to run at a group level, at Wipro Limited level, they have to run the payroll, and all the employees in the technologies and Infotech should get the salary on the same time. And the PF returns and everything will be done at a Wipro Limited level. So the same way, which one is your payroll statutory unit? You have to select if you want to run at a legal entity level or at a group level. By enabling that payroll statutory unit checkbox will decide. Is that clear?
Vamshi, I have a question, sir.
One second, sir, one second. Kamala Garu, you're clear with this or not?
Yeah, with that checkbox, I'm clear. When you said a group,
so now
is again
let's
a group there?
let's say this is a legal employer, yes, and this is also a legal employer, yes. And this is also so okay, these two companies are the legal employers, so I can take the employment at this particular legal employer level. But I want to run the payroll at a single time, not at a legal entity level. I want to run at a group level. So this is my group. GRT Global is my group, and payroll I have enabled at payroll as a statutory unit as a GRT Global now. For GRT US Consulting and GRT US Technologies, what I'm going to do is the payroll statutory unit is going to be a GRT Global.
No.
And for US Technologies also it will be a GRT Global. So whatever the payroll activities should be taken care for those employees that you have employed in GRT US Consulting and US Technologies by GRT Global. Is that clear?
Yeah, I'm clear. Yeah, clear. Yeah.
Right. So now, Srinigar, question.
All right. See, originally when we were planning the enterprise structure, the GRD Global we thought now was just a consolidation entity, not really with any transactions possibly. But now we are saying this is a payroll employer as well as legal employer. So,
okay. So hold on.
I'm just trying to discriminate between these two kinds of, you know.
Right. Yeah. Hold on. So see, this is just to make you understand what is this checkboxes I had enabled. Even now also, we don't have a, we need not to go, we are not going to, as per our requirement, when we have done the real implementation, we did not enable for this GRT Global Corporation these two checkboxes, because this is just only for consolidation and for doing the centralization. That's it.
Okay, good. No, okay, I'm good.
So this is I had enabled for you to understand, for you to explain. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, if that is the case, that is okay. But I got an impression you're going to check those two boxes, so that's the reason I thought I would just know.
No. Yeah. These are not my real checkboxes that we have done in my real implementation. So this is is not our requirement. Our requirement is every company should take care of their own payroll and their own employees. So we had enabled at every company level, and this is just only for doing the centralization of my procurement we had created.
Correct. Okay. Right.
So any questions on this?
I'm with you. Good.
From anyone? Subbu garu, any questions?
This is enterprise or this is separate legal entity?
Separate legal entity, not an enterprise. Enterprise I had shown you yesterday where we are going to create an enterprise, and that is an enterprise. Let's say I have multiple business groups.
Okay.
Assume. So I'm not touching that enterprise because if I update that with my GRT Global Corporation, if I update that with the GRT Global Corporation, then it will automatically corrupt my application. That is the reason I'm not updating that. So I'm creating this legal entity as a group legal entity.
Group legal entity. Okay.
Is that clear?
So what is the function exactly for the group legal entity? Yeah.
Sir, as per our requirement, we are going to use this group legal entity for doing the consolidation and for doing the centralized procurement.
So Vamshikar Subbu here, the payroll statutory.
One second, Subhagar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Ajaygar, is that clear for you or not?
Okay, so that all entities under this group entity will get consolidated once.
I want to do the consolidation. For that reporting, I have created this as a group company. Is that clear?
So can we do the consolidation for like entity wise as well later?
Sir, entity-wise consolidation means what do you mean by that?
Normally we do the consolidation as per the ledger, right? For the ledger.
Right,
consolidation.
right. So for this legal entity, I'm going to create a separate ledger.
Okay.
Okay, that will become my group ledger. And for these two legal entities, we have one ledger. US Consulting and US Technologies, we have one ledger. And India Consulting, we have another ledger. So we are going to take these two ledgers to the group ledger. Is that clear?
So but the reporting, anyways, we will be able to see at the global level.
Global level.
Okay, that's clear.
Right. So, sir, here this is not my real to real implementation. We are not doing a replica of my real implementation. So I'm just changing a few things to facilitate your training, to understand, to make you understand, and just changing few things. Okay. So please adjust for that. So yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, sir. So Subhagar, you go ahead with your.
Yeah, I have a question related to this and the HR, the payroll statutory unit. How come? So I don't know much about HR, so help me to know. How come if you want to give us specific benefits for a country, even though you have a group?
Sir, I'm not sure about the HR, sir. Even myself also. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Because this is a payroll, this unit. Is it linked to those things also?
Yes. That's true. So that is the reason we have to consider all the things when we are creating the enterprise structure.
Okay. Thank you.
But I'm not sure about the HR. Sorry for that.
No problem.
Okay. Right. So let us proceed further now. Anyone having any questions further or not? We'll proceed or not? Right. Let's click on the save and close. So our legal entity has got created. Okay. So what is the time now? Okay, friends, we'll end up the session for today with this, and tomorrow we'll continue with the legal reporting. So friends, my session till GL, till the completion of GL, it will go like this only. So we will do the transactions, and you will ask the questions and all. I will answer them. So it will go like that. Once we are done with the GL, so we'll change the speed. So it will be a different way of process we will follow. Okay. And that too, it is depending on the you people requirement. So how you say, accordingly I'll follow. Okay. Thank you, friends. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you.